What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, overall, I want this to be a motivational episode, but I am gonna title it "World's hardest working YouTuber." There we go. Okay, I had to remember the title. I'm like, okay, hardest working YouTuber. But anyways, I do consider myself a hardworking YouTuber. I might not be the world's greatest hardworking YouTuber, but I feel like that I'm somewhere on that list. For somebody to have, and it's funny because yesterday I made this post talking on how I have 27 YouTube channels. Right after I made that post, I made another channel completely. It's like it's a I'll promote it. I'll promote it, but it's overall just gonna be a slap in the face to everybody that's ever doubted me. So anyways, but no, so 28 YouTube channels, a podcast, Twitch streaming, making music. I mean, I'm saying I do a lot of different things, and I feel like that I haven't even really scratched that. I might put one scratch of the surface of my success. But other than that, I feel like that I've done no real damage or really got into it. You know, I feel like me personally, I do see myself at one point in time, that'd be crazy having 100 YouTube channels, making content for all of them. And that's something that I know I can manage. That's something that I know I can do. Just all throughout the week, just doing videos for them. Take no breaks. I'm saying, if you guys ever since this pandemic has started, I've really just been attacking everything because I've created multiple channels since the pandemic started. Even last year, releasing 3 albums. What other things that I'm then this year getting into Twitch streaming, and then of course coming out with a bunch of different content and stuff. That's something where you can't just look over. That's something where you can't just be that don't mean nothing. That don't. No, it means something because there's a lot of people that's not doing that, and even your biggest content creators. Because I feel like the day I become a much more bigger content creator than I am right now, the day where I have hundreds of thousands or even millions of subscribers, a lot of people are going to be trying to compete with me. A lot of people I feel like are going to try to be oh, I gotta outwork him. I gotta, be better than him and things. And that's the thing. I'm with anything that I get myself into, I'm not trying to outwork nobody. I'm not trying to, be better than anybody. I'm just trying to show people that it's possible. So having multiple YouTube channels and live and Twitch streaming every single day and having a daily podcast and all these other different things that I'm doing, it's possible. Okay. And it's funny because I told myself okay, this year I was going to take a break with music. I honestly don't even see myself doing that because I'm bruh, it's only 2 months in and I want to make some music. I broke that promise with myself. I did I mixed 2 songs together. Well, one of them was a song, but then the other one was one of those free for profit beats that you'll find on YouTube. So I did mix those together. So I probably will see myself doing more of that this year, but I had to definitely find a good music editing software because the software that I was using to make that so the song was this song called Shine by this either a group or just one artist. I think it's just one artist, but his name is Spectrum. And I'm pretty sure people might know that song. It's a pretty viral song. Song got over 100 million views on YouTube on some channel. But I found an acapella version of that song, and then I went and just got some UK drill type beat and mixed it together, and I was yo, this sounds. I liked how it sounded, but I'm I feel that it could have possibly been better if I used a music editing software. Instead, I used Wondershare Filmora, but it turned out good. I'm not gonna say that it was messed up or mixed matched or it didn't sound right. It actually sounded I wouldn't say it sounded perfect, but it did sound good, below perfect. So, but anyways, so to overall explain, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to explain where did all of this come from? Where did the 20-something YouTube channels, the podcast, where did all of this stuff come from? And it actually did come from people that inspired me and motivated me to, do the things that I want to do. And that's why I try to push off so much motivation to the world and to those that follow me, because I'm look, I know how hard it is to be a small content creator or to be a content creator and have no idea what you want to do. I'm still a small content creator, but I feel I know what I want to do, but I just feel that there's more that I can do. But I know how that is. I know how it feels. because first 5 years I was on YouTube. Now I've always had said that first 5 years on YouTube doesn't count. At least for me, because I was like I wasn't really doing nothing. I was just overall being like lazy with creating content. I feel like back then I was lazy, but for people to say that I'm lazy now with everything that I'm doing, I'm like, can you honestly like look me dead in my face with everything that I'm doing and say that to me? Like with a straight face, like truthfully mean that. Can you truthfully mean that I'm a lazy content creator? Because if so, then I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe I have to create 28 more YouTube channels, a few more podcasts, do some other live streaming work. Maybe I just have to do that stuff. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to have to call cap on that one. But anyways, so first 5 years I was on YouTube, I wasn't doing nothing. You know, I guess like making videos here and there. Some videos went viral, some didn't. But at the same time, I'm like, I wasn't really doing a whole lot with YouTube. So first 5 years I was on YouTube, I did say that it didn't count, but then I got to thinking about it. It does. It actually, those first 5 years I was on YouTube, they actually do count, because throughout the time, like, I've seen content creators with their style of content, and I'm like, yo, I can like change it. I can like do that same thing, but change it a little bit, you know, or not even a little. We'll have it be like 100% change, just do my own version of it and stuff. But yeah, I can do that. I'm like, there was at times where I was like, when I watch content creators from, I know there is one content creator that I watch a lot, Ray William Johnson, people that did reaction, or that does reaction video. Well, people that used to and still to this day do reaction videos, making music, all of that stuff. Like, I know I can do that. I know I can do all of these things. So that's why I'm like, what's the holdup? You know, first 5 years I was on YouTube, I would have to say that I'm mad at myself for overall like not doing this stuff right then and there. But I would have to say that I was like a little bit shy in things with YouTube. And that's one thing that I wanted to motivate you guys on. This is gonna be like an all-around motivational episode with whatever that you guys need motivation and help on. It's gonna be an all, because I feel like I'm still like a work in progress. I still feel like that I haven't fully, you know, went Super Saiyan or something, like, you know, in today's terms or something. I feel like I'm there, but not all the way there. But anyways, but no, first 5 years I was on YouTube, I feel like, yeah, I was super shy, didn't like talking. I didn't even want to show my face on the camera, but I'm like, nah, bro, like, I'm gonna have to like see past that. I'm gonna have to, you know, get that out of my system. I can't be, you know, where I'm like, it can't be 2021 and I can't be doing the videos I was doing back in 2010, 2011. People have been thinking something was wrong with me. So I'm like, nah, you ain't gonna make it nowhere doing that. So I was like, nah, I gotta do something different with YouTube. So I know when I got in 2012, or was it 2011? What year was it? I can't remember what year it was. What year was, I think 2010 I got that Xbox. 2011, I think it was 2011 when I got the freaking iPad 2. And so my voice at that time was getting a little bit deeper. I was, you know, I went from freaking Alvin and the Chipmunks to Vin Diesel real quick. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I had to, you know, use my voice and, you know, talk a little bit more in these videos. So anyways, I remember I came out with one of my first few talking videos. I don't know if that was my first one. I think I did do like some other ones just for the fun of it. But I think the one video that I was like proud of, that was like, I feel like that was like the time of me like, you know, sitting down and actually like, you know, being in front of the camera rather than being behind the camera. Like this time I put myself in front of the camera and I talked about something. And I remember the first thing that I talked about was that situation that happened in Florida. That well, people call it like the zombie story, but it was that guy that took the bath salts and was chewing on that other man's face. Like that was, if y'all ain't never heard that story, yeah, pretty crazy story. Man got high off some bath salts and started chewing on this homeless man's face. And then there was like when the cops, I think they said the cops had showed up, he started growling at them. One of the cops had shot him and he just kind of was growling at them. Then he acted like he was about to do something. They just, you know, went crazy on him and stuff, just started shooting at him and things. I'm like, yo, That is wild, bruh. I'm like, I don't know whatever happened, because I think there's like a whole like backstory on that situation. I might do like a video on that. I should. But anyways, yeah, like the freaking rise and downfall of bath salts, because I'm like, bruh, bath salts probably could have been a thing, but after that situation with that man, I know people was probably all like, oh nah, I'm staying far away from bath salts. I ain't getting in the mix of that stuff. I don't want that stuff nowhere near me. My kid asked for it. I'm like, the only salt you gonna be getting is some salt for the ground when it snows outside, or when it's icy, or some French, or for your French fries or something. Maybe people be putting salt on other things, but anyways, but we gonna see beyond that. All right, that's one thing that I also do. I'll get off freaking topic and get to talking about something else, but I feel like that adds more entertainment to what I'm talking about and things. But anyways, but yeah, overall that was like the first video that I remember doing that was like, yo, this is a good video. I like this video. This is good. So I did that, and then after that I did more like talking videos. And I think I remember the I think like probably the ones that did go viral, or not viral, but they did, like the ones that I remember that did get the most views was me overall talking on this model that had like blocked me on Instagram. I should do like a video, or like talking on that situation, like whatever happened after that, because still to this day I think she's actually, no, I don't think she unblocked me from Twitter. I think she did unblock me from Instagram, which is weird, but hold on for a second. I think I am still blocked on yup. I don't even know what I did. That's the crazy thing about it. I'm like, bruh, you blocked me for no reason. For what? Like, she's somebody that I would like to sit down and talk to, because I'm like, what happened? I'm like, if I did or said something to make you upset, then I guess I apologize. I don't know what I could have possibly done. But I'll save that for another episode. I'll probably do a video on it too. But anyways, but no, those was like some of the like videos that went viral, and then that's when I was all like, I kind of started dealing with haters a little bit. I dealt with haters prior before, but I had like, this time it was like from a fan base. This time it was from like, a group of people. But I'm like, I don't even know what I did. I don't know what I said. I'm like, if you guys look up the history of on Twitter or Instagram or anywhere, if you guys look up the history between us, literally there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. I think that there was like, I sent her a tweet years and years and years ago. Overall, just like, trying to give her some motivation. She didn't want it, so I'm like, all right. So, but anyways, besides that, like I said, I'll save that for another episode or video or something. But no, like, so I was so that video kind of started blowing up, and so I was like, oh, all right then. Well, I'm like, I see that this is what I need to start doing. So that was like maybe a year prior to me doing reaction videos, I think. And then that's when I'm like, when the year 2015 started, I knew I wanted to do something, because I'm like, the original plan was is that I was gonna enlist in the military, but I was like, no, I want to do something like overall, like with entertainment and stuff. So April 2015 came around, I created my gaming channel. From there it was history. I'm like, from there it was history. I freaking remember it was like doing probably like, I think the most I've ever uploaded in one day, probably like 30 videos. Recorded a bunch of videos like that morning, and then recorded a bunch of videos that night. Posted them all in the same day. I think probably like maybe less. I don't know, but I think there was a day where I did upload 30. I don't know. I'll have to check in if I didn't. I know I could. I know I could record a bunch of videos today and then just overall just upload them onto YouTube. So I know it's possible, because I'm like, if I've said I've done it, then I know I can do it in things. And so anyways, but yeah, then after that, then I remember I created my well, no, I didn't create. I had my main channel, TMossBoss. It was I think that's why I wasn't really doing a whole lot on it anymore, because I wasn't making any money off of it. So if I wasn't able to make any money off of that channel, I probably wouldn't even have been posting on that channel. I probably eventually would have recreated it, or would have just not uploaded or just deleted it. I don't know. I would have did something overall with that channel. But yeah, YouTube, then they allowed me to make money off of my main channel again. So because I was like back like in, I can't remember when it happened. I think it might have been like between the years of like 2013 to 2010, throughout that time frame, at some point in time, YouTube said that I wasn't able to make money anymore because of some invalid click activity stuff. So I was like, I don't know what that necessarily means because I'm a kid. I'm like, I'm just over here like just recording videos. Like, I don't know what you over here talking about. But anyways, but yeah, overall, like I did start making money and stuff on YouTube. And I remember when it was like them like first 3 years, I think I made like $15 because I wasn't really doing a whole lot. And I was happy about that. I was like, bro, I just made $15 on YouTube. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then right after that, I think I remember I got a strike. And then I think they just disabled my monetization thing. And was like, oh, you can't make any more money off of it because this invalid click activity thing. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but all right. I still kept going with that. I had like a lot of videos go viral too. There was videos. I remember there was one video I uploaded. I ended up taking the video down for copyright reasons, but it was of this song by this. I think it's either a band or it might be a person. I don't know, but by this musician or musicians, M83, and they did this song like saying like my tears are becoming a sea. I don't know what the name of that song was, but it was like a song that I used to listen to a lot back in the day. But there was like a trend going on where people would like reverse a song, so and it would sound good too. There's a lot of songs where they were reversing and it sounded good, and I was like, oh wow, this is kind of dope. So I got into it myself, had a few videos go viral. And yeah, I was like, bruh, I was like, this is. And then I remember, I think I did like a WWE video that went viral. So I was doing my thing on YouTube back in them like those first 5 years. It just wasn't doing a whole lot, but I was still doing some things. But anyways, and then yeah, then from 2015 all the way up until now, I've just felt like I've been killing it. So I'm like, for anybody that's ever doubted me, for anybody that's ever like had nothing but like negative and ill things to say about me, I'm like, how can you? And then for people to also like disagree with me and stuff overall, like with me being the hardest working YouTuber, I'm like, you name another YouTuber with 28 YouTube channels, a podcast, they make music, they can edit their own videos, they live stream. What other things do I do? Well, let me think of some more things, and if not, then I'll create some more things. But still, like, how many YouTubers do you know that does that, and they're saying I'm not done yet? I'm confused on that. I honestly, truly feel like that I have not finished what I have started. I feel like I haven't even started what I've started yet. Like, I still feel like that there's like more things that I should be doing. So that's just the crazy thing about with me and YouTube, that I just don't feel satisfied. Like I don't know what's up with that, but I'm like, I truly just do not feel satisfied. I'm like, with just doing, all right, so when I create my gaming channel and then my main channel, and I was posting videos like left and right on those channels, I didn't feel satisfied. And then when I had started working at this job downtown, I was like, well, I really don't feel satisfied because I'm not even doing the same amount of videos that I should be doing. So I'm like, there was at times I was uploading like at least 30 videos a day on both of those channels, like 15 videos each. Sometimes less, sometimes more. But I'm like, bruh, I know I can do more than this, And then when like I started working at this job downtown, I was like, man, what is going on? I remember I tried to start live streaming, but I was like, nah, bro, there's gonna be days where I'm gonna be super late coming home. So I'm like, can't do that right now. I was like, but I did like try it for a little bit and things, but anyways, and that was like years ago. Then when this pandemic had started, I was like, bruh, like I really gotta kill it, with everything that I'm doing. So yeah, because I remember the goal was to create 20 channels. Like I was gonna stop after 20 channels, but then I thought of another channel idea, and I'm like, you know what? Let me do that. And I thought of another one, and just kept doing that. And so then I was like, okay, well, obviously I ain't done creating channels. And then I was like, I think there is a point in time. That's what I was like when I was kind of like bummed out about, because I wanted to create another podcast and do more things like podcast related and stuff. So couldn't do that, so I was like, all right, well, I'm overall gonna have to think of something. I'll probably like I think there's like websites I could go on where it's like I can create another podcast. So I'll probably eventually at some point in time post about it saying, hey, created another podcast. So on top of having 20 some YouTube channels, a Twitch stream, a podcast, and all these other different things, I created me another podcast. Oh, and then on top of that, I'm like, how many YouTubers do you know with literally thousands of it? Well, I think there are like YouTubers out there with like thousands of videos and stuff, but I'm saying like with like the amount that I have and with everything that I'm doing, I'm like, I just don't know too many YouTubers like me. So I feel like that y'all gonna have to, if you do truly believe that I'm not a hardworking YouTuber, I'm like, that's your opinion. I'm like, not everybody is gonna see that or believe that when they come to my channel or go to one of my mini channels, or if I tell them like what I'm overall doing, I highly doubt that they're gonna be like, oh, you're not a hardworking YouTuber. I'm like, okay, well then you do what I'm doing and see if this stuff is easy for you. If not, don't y'all say nothing to me. So anyways, that's the motivation I want to give to y'all. Let you guys know, like, hey, whatever you can do to shut all your haters up around you, do it. I'm like, and keep doing it and don't stop doing it. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Check out my merch store. Check out my live stream. Check out one of my 28 YouTube channels. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at TMossBoss. And in the meantime, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.